The Penguin, one of the best, if not already the best show of the year, especially episode 8. The final episode of the season leaves nothing wanting. It is almost as close to perfection as you can honestly get. And you probably think I'm going to be talking about the ending, what happens to Vic. And while that is definitely a great moment, especially what comes after that when Oz just takes his money, which also matters for a completely different reason. What if I told you the best part of this episode is at the very start? The first 3 minutes of the flashback, because the flashback is about not what you expect. The flashback is meant to set up this scene, and the flashback is a spoiler for what happens to Vic. But first, let's watch this small part right here, and I want you to remember what happens here.
You did good, kid. Thanks. And thanks for taking a chance on me. For taking me in. You're like... You're family to me. You know? Fuck.
Remember this part. Remember this exact part right here. Everything has ended. They are taking in what has happened, what is going to be the future, what they have gone through. And everything is fine. Until the moment Vic says, "You're like family to me." And at that moment, Oswald understands something. And this something, we know how it ends. We know what he does to Vic. What if, but this something is perfectly foreshadowed to us right here in his mother's conversation with Rex. Watch this.
I found this in his coat.
I don't...
He was with him, Rex. He lied to me. He came home acting all sad, like he was the victim, but he knew. My babies were drowning in those tunnels, and he didn't say a goddamn word. He had every chance, every goddamn chance to say something, to do something, anything, to stop it.
He's a kid.
He locked him inside. The room where they found him, the cops told me.
By the way, the showrunners want you to figure out that this is a spoiler for the ending of the episode, because they do so much to emphasize everything you need to know about the situation, what Oswald thinks of family, and other things.
They had to pry the fucking door open to reach him. If I had known if he had, I could have saved them, they'd be here with me right now. But Oswald didn't want that, no. This is what he wanted, me, all to himself. I got the devil in my house, Rex. What the hell am I supposed to do?
And now this is the truly most important part. Because this dialogue is not about Oswald. Sure, this flashback contextualizes a lot of things and makes us see some things in a different light and cements a couple of things that we already suspected. But this dialogue right here is not about Oswald. It's about Vic.
There are a couple different ways to handle this type of situation. If Oz is what you say, well, guys like him, they can serve a purpose. Go on to do big fucking things, especially in my line of work. But you gotta know how to control them. Most of the guys that come to me say they're looking to make money. That's fine, but greed don't buy loyalty. Now, I want loyalty. I bring in guys who are looking for a father. Guys like that got a void to fill. They'll do anything for me. Now, Oswald, he don't need a father.
Exactly. This whole scene, while very good, if you think about it in a vacuum, serves no real purpose, because this doesn't build on Oz's character or anything. But then you think about Victor. And when you start thinking about Victor, and by the way, it is not a coincidence, after this flashback ends, we instantaneously see Victor. This is purely to describe what Victor is, what is his role with Oz, and that Oz, while he does love his family, he has made his choice, and that the only person that matters from his family is his mother, and everything else is an obstacle. That's why the moment Victor said that Oz is like family, Oz understood that that's not good, that that's going to create problems. Because he chose which parts of his family are important. And Victor, exactly as described here, is a guy who wanted to make money. Then he met Oz accidentally, and then he became loyal to Oz because Oz served as, to a degree, a certain kind of father figure to him. And there you go.
He's got you. He's devoted to you. You can use that. Foster what he's got. Embrace it. Raise it. Maybe he'd be great.
Does that not sound, by the way, like something that Oz did to Vic?
Or maybe not. I don't know. You have to bet on him to see.
Did Oz not bet on Victor multiple times, in fact?
You want me to look the other way? Ignore what he's done?
Did Oz not ignore Victor, what he had done when he clearly fucked up?
What kind of mother would I be if I can't.
The same way that she decided to look the other way, Oz, when he understood what Victor is, that he is family, did not choose to look the other way. Everything said in this scene not only describes Victor perfectly, but also can be contextualized as Oz being the exact opposite of Victor, and they both are choosing the exact opposite sides of everything that is being described here. One was fierce and not a coward. The other was pretty cowardly. One was smart and contemplated. The other one kind of did things at random. One chose to ignore. One chose to take. The other one played it risky. The other one played it safe. Oz, to a degree, is the exact opposite of Victor. And when opposites meet, also, one of them kind of has to go.
Well, then maybe you let him go.
I let him go. You mean?
Oz chose literally every decision in this show the exact opposite of what happened in this conversation. And Vic followed exactly everything that was said in this conversation. And again, since we know what Oz does to family, because he has decided that only one part of his family is worth it, and that's his mother, the outcome was written right there in front of us. A little bit, it takes a little bit to put this all together, but hey. Also, fun fact, after watching this, the first thought that I actually had wasn't that Vic's gonna get instantaneously killed. The first thought I had was, wait a minute, Does the prostitute look like his mother? And the answer is close enough.